Today's episode is brought to you by our own bonus episode. Go to patreon.com/The Important Questions, where a $1 per month donation will unlock bonus episodes on the last Tuesday of every month.
I'd avoid that more than I would a wandering spider, because like, oh, it's wandering, like I'll just ignore it. It'll probably go away. But the boner spider, it's like, Jesus, what the fuck is it going to do to me?
Boner spider sounds like it's got a giant boner already.
Exactly.
But if you called it like the Brazilian boner killer spider, people would be like, he just probably has bad vibes. I don't want to be around it.
He's a loser. That's why he lashes out.
The boner giving spider sounds too sexy.
Yeah. Man, that spider's hot as fuck.
Ooh, what's happening?
It's giving me a boner spider right now.
Welcome to the Important Questions Podcast, the only podcast with hosts that were all super popular in high school. My name is Dave, and I'm here with the acolytes of knowledge, Scott, Rico, and Smitty, some of the most popular people at my high school. What's up, boys?
That was a sleeper hit in high school.
Excuse me?
A sleeper hit.
Yeah. A cult classic now.
I don't remember high school.
It was all
a box office in the late 2010s.
Yeah, I was a straight to VHS.
The early 2010s, but
all super popular. This is the only show that answers life's most important questions. 4 of us, 4 questions, a great mid-show. I think we're going to forego a warm-up this week because we have some pretty decent post-show content after the post-show theme. So stick around for that. But before we jump in, just a quick heads up to everyone that downloaded episode 29, Rico's Financial, in quotes, advice. We're glad you liked it. That episode blew up. I think a lot of people like to, they just saw some guys named Rico as like, Rico offered financial advice. Of course I want to listen to this. Someone I don't know. Fuck yeah. So anyways, I was thinking like this blew up because of the title. People want financial advice. And because of that, I'm going to be naming the title of this episode Taylor Swift's Financial Advice to see how it does just in terms of numbers.
Next week, we'll talk about Mr. Beast.
Ooh, I could tag that.
nice.
Arguably, they're pretty successful. So, right.
And they probably have great financial advice.
Yeah.
Probably.
Anyways. So that's my little my little caveat jumping into this week's episode. And boys, there's a reason for my intro this week, the only podcast with hosts that were all super popular in high school. And that's because I want to do some trauma dumping here this morning with you guys.
How much time we got? How much time we got?
Let's do it.
My question for the week is what got you made fun of the hardest as a kid, or when were you the butt of a joke as a kid? And I have a couple examples of that. The first one was in 7th grade when we were on a field trip and we were going to a local theater, and I forgot what movie we were seeing. Scott, you were on the same bus because I remember you were giving me shit for this for months, if not years. But they called attendance because they need to make sure every kid is on the bus, and they call old Davey, and Dave doesn't say here. Dave says, "Here." And the whole bus erupted
classic.
in goddamn laughter, and I felt like I wanted to crawl inside my asshole and die. And yeah, so just examples like that. What were some moments in your guys' schools, careers that got you made fun of real hard?
The voice crack is a classic for boys going through puberty, just all over the place. I hear it all the time. It's so funny.
Was that high school or was that still middle school?
That was 7th grade. I remember very distinctively being in the middle school parking lot on the bus when it happened.
Okay. I apologize for milking that joke for years, apparently, because I didn't remember it until you finally said it. I'm like, oh yeah, that was a thing. I'm
glad you brought it up, so now I can make fun of you for it.
Yeah, bring it back, boys.
Fucking 20 years later, I'm like, here. I'm Dave.
Let's press on this old wound, Dave's.
An old but a deep one. That one hurts.
Yep. It's scarred over, but he still feels it when it rains.
I don't really know too much about or remember too much about what I got made fun of, but I do remember and I don't know why, but also 7th grade, everybody was a dick about pretty much anything. And I'm a pretty I'm a white dude, but I am very tan, very dark haired, and I had a mustache by the time I was in like 7th grade, and everybody kept calling me Mexican, and I was like, I don't. First of all, why is this supposed to be an insult, and also why is it funny? So I got made fun of for having a mustache.
That's too early to have a mustache, dude.
It was, and then I shaved it. Or actually, my mom wouldn't let me shave it because she's an awesome human. And then my grandpa said, "Fuck it, we're gonna shave that thing off your lip." So my grandpa shaved it, and then my mom grounded me.
What the fuck? That's some bullshit. What the fuck?
Yeah,
I'm retroactively mad at your mom for that.
yeah. Thanks, man.
Oh my god,
That's some
you
bullshit.
You
Yeah.
might be the only person in history to be grounded for shaving their mustache.
Yeah, she was pissed.
Not even him shaving his mustache under the guidance of his grandfather.
Oh, it wasn't
Oh my
guidance. It was like my
God.
grandpa's like, "No, you're fucking shaving that thing."
What happened when you explained to her what happened?
I came home. She's like, "What the hell?" I was like, "Oh yeah, Grandpa shaved my mustache." She's like, "Oh, you're grounded." I
Were you
really think-
actually grounded, or was it a joke?
I don't. Well, it wasn't a joke, but it wasn't like a strict grounded thing. She was just pissed at me, and it
She
makes
put
me
you in the
think.
basement for a
Why?
few hours.
Why the fuck would she be mad at you over that?
I lived in the basement, so it
Oh,
it
okay.
makes me think of another time. I think this is in middle school as well. We had a friend, and we kept giving him like purple nurples like all the time, so much to the fact that his titties got bruised. And his mom
Oh,
saw him
no.
with his shirt off one day and saw that his nipples were bruised, so she grounded him.
Oh,
no.
that sucks, man.
Oh man,
So
fucking early 2000s moms be like,
Yeah, right.
Fuck, man.
I don't know. I guess I probably got made fun of for a similar thing, just like not shaving as early as I should have. Had like a shitty mustache. But I can't think of anything else really off the top of my head.
Yeah, there wasn't anything I got like persistently made fun of for. There's like small instances, kind of like Dave's, where like, you know, that one thing happened and then like you get laughed at and then it's probably for the most part over.
mhm.
And then like your friend group keeps it going, but like random people don't like give you shit for it, did they?
Yeah, I never had like
Yeah,
the
probably not.
stereotypical high school bully that kept picking on you for the same thing. It's like even from a younger age, I was like, bro, I don't give a fuck about your opinions of me. Like,
I mean, there's never like consistent like a bully targeted me, but just in general, like bullies were bullying everyone.
yeah.
So there was one kid. He's dead now.
Oh,
I know that,
That
kid.
would-
I was gonna actually gonna talk about that kid.
which kid?
Oh, yeah, he-
oh God.
what kid?
Yeah.
Um,
You don't have to say it. It's all good.
you know what? I
can
could
type
always
it.
put his name in the chat there. There you go.
Oh, okay. My
fuck
mind
that guy.
immediately shot to that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, he's
like
dead
a
now.
freight
But
train
he
to
used
the front of the
to
brain.
He danced with the train.
walk through the hallways, and if you walked like parallel to him going the other way, he would jolt at you and just knock every single fucking book out of your hands every single time you walk
Oh,
past.
he never did that shit to me.
Damn.
All right,
He's
a
scared
piece
of you.
shit. He's dead. now.
He did persistently bully me actually through middle school. Like I was one of his like premium targets. And I don't know why, because like I didn't like especially like stick out as far as I remembered. I was like a fairly normal, well-adjusted kid. I think it was probably just because I was shorter than him, and we had like a lot of the same classes. I remember in gym class he like spit on me a couple times, and then like also when we were
Ooh.
playing like knockout with like, you know, the basketball game knockout, he like threw the ball at the back of my head a couple times,
That's
like
bullshit.
shit like that.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah,
as soon as we
shitty.
got out of middle school, like he tried doing that shit in like sophomore year of high school, and did not matter to me at all. I just like completely brushed it off, and I didn't like react, and like he immediately stopped doing it.
He was another guy. Like even from a young age, I was like, "You're abused at home, aren't you?" That makes me feel.
Oh
bad.
yeah,
It's like,
definitely.
oh,
this is
100%.
Big
all
time.
For sure.
totally displaced. Like you're kind of pathetic.
What is
Yeah,
it,
he's
like,
dead now.
hurt people,
Yeah.
which is
Mhm.
pithy as fuck,
Man.
but it's also like definitely true.
I remember getting a lot of shit from football players because I played soccer, And they're like, oh, you're a grass fairy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you guys aren't
Definitely some of
going
that.
anywhere.
You're not going to end up with CTE, though.
Yeah.
He only headbutted the ball, actually.
Oh, I played left bench.
Hell yeah.
It's one of the safer positions.
It was.
There was another moment in 6th grade that I remember actually being made fun of. And I didn't write this one down. This one just kind of jogged my memory. But
You've
the
opened
first
those
time,
trauma floodgates, Dave.
yeah,
Stuff's just
well, I
going
mean,
to
that's
start flooding back to you.
It's a 4-hour
that's what
podcast.
we're here for.
You're going to break down in the shower later because you're just going to be overcome with things that you thought you had like pushed away. You thought you had your trauma all nicely packaged up in a box, and now it's like it like shot out like one of those cans of nuts that has the snake in it.
Hell yeah. In 6th grade, the very first gym class that I had to change in front of kids, I did not realize that it was a offense in this term.
Did you wear tidy whities?
I wore tidy whities, bro.
Oh, Dave.
I got made fun of so fucking hard the first time I took my pants off.
Oh, dude, I feel so bad for you.
I wore tidy whities, dude.
Dude, I'm 30, almost 31. I still feel that. I feel that for you. Oh, God.
Yep.
I'm so sorry.
So I switched to boxer briefs since, and honestly, it's been initially I just did it because I didn't want to be made fun of, but it worked out for me because boxer briefs kick ass.
They do. It's a good change.
It's
a good thing you got made fun of.
I also
I deserved it.
I remember bullying
Bullying works.
somebody
That's us.
in 8th grade, and to be fair, the majority of the time they fucking deserved it.
Let's not go that far. Hold on. We're going to judge you for this.
Oh,
Hold on.
they will. I'm gonna
Yeah,
put this
we'll-
person's name in chat because you'll understand that this person
We'll be the jury.
Yeah,
on this
no,
one.
this person definitely asked for a lot of things. But on
I
the
don't remember him, so
Yeah.
I'm still going to be judgmental.
that's cool. On our 8th grade trip, we had we went up to Chicago. We went to like the zoo and all that shit, and went to the Rainforest Cafe for like lunch or something. And we had groups, and they're like, okay, break out into groups of like 6 or 8 or whatever, because that's the only amount of people that you could sit at a table. So we had already established like our table that was full, and there's plenty of other tables that were open. So this particular person, I'm just going to name drop first names because fuck it, Sean came over, pulls up a chair to our table, and we're like, it's not that we're like saying you can't sit with us, but also it's only made for like this many people, man. Like, come on. So he grabs somebody else's plate, cup, and silverware, and then just takes it as his own because that person turned away for a minute. And we're like, yo, dude, if you sat at another table, you wouldn't have to take somebody else's bullshit. Now, like, give that back to that person because you took their stuff. Well, he refused to do it, and he was kind of being a dick. So then, like, whenever the soda came over and he wanted a refill, everybody passed it around and like topped off their cup first. And he also would like they were serving out food and only had a certain portion of it, so he would take somebody else's portion of food because he just decided to sit there. So one person didn't get like half of the stuff, and then we just by the time he finally got to refill his soda, we fucked with it because we're like, fuck you, man.
Okay, that's acceptable.
Yeah, I agree.
That guy just sounds like an asshole.
Yeah, he was. We're
Yeah.
like, we're explaining, like, you're taking something from somebody else who has already sat here. He's like, oh, I don't give a fuck, man. Trying to be cool on your 8th grade field trip. We're like, all right.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I remember a couple of times like, and these were all like brief, like getting laughed at in class and then never getting mentioned again. Like calling the teacher mom by accident or something like that.
Ooh.
That's an
I mean,
interesting one.
Hell yeah.
Which like not that bad, but it is it feels egregious in the moment. But it never like seemed to linger or anything. I remember it happened one time and the teacher like looked at me and said, "I'm not your mother." And like
Ooh,
deadpan,
ouch.
and I'm just like, I know, I didn't mean
Oh
to.
boy.
You're like, I'm sorry, Mr. Michaels. And
I've had kids call me dad before in class, and like I don't say anything because I know they already know they fucked up. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna drill it into them. But
Yes, son.
I should say that.
Yeah.
I think that deflate everything if I said that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add that to my repertoire. What a cool thing to say.
right?
I'm trying to think if there's like anything specific otherwise though, because like I flew under the radar for the most part through like middle school and high school. Other than that one guy who gave me a lot of shit, like I didn't really get made fun of or like making a horse's ass of myself in class
Yeah.
at all, as far as I can remember. I don't know. There's
Yeah.
probably something buried really, really deep that would like keep me up at night if I could remember what it is.
There was another moment, and this one stuck around with me because I thought it was like such a shitty attempt at like making fun of me. And I can't remember the guy's last name, but his first name was Jake, and he had a snaggletooth in like the corner of his mouth.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
guys know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, the one that acted really cool.
Yeah, Scott, you know who I'm talking about.
Jay does.
Yeah, but I don't remember what the fuck his last name was. Anyways, he was trying to be a fucking tough guy once, and he decided to call me a pussy lover. And like
How dare
that
you.
was his go-to name. It's like, you're fucking pussy lover. I was like, huh.
Damn. Call it like you see it, huh?
Fucking
Yeah.
got my ass, bro.
Yeah, fucking got me. So that one stuck with me because I was just like, huh, all right.
You
I'm
fucking
gonna start calling you that.
pussy lover.
Goddamn pussy lover.
Did you recall like one time where like we were at lunch and we got like, you know, they when they served like like cheeseburgers with French fries, you get like the shoestring French fries.
Yeah, those were dope.
Like I'd sit with like a bunch of, I think I was sitting like with maybe like Dave and Scott, or maybe like a couple other people that like ran in our circles because we all kind of ran in like similar circles.
Yeah.
I remember like as a joke like stuffing a bunch of fries in my mouth just like to make the rest of the table laugh, and it did. And then like some asshole at another table like yelled across the cafeteria, "Yo, Smitty sucks dick." And like I looked around to see who it was, and I knew immediately who it was, but like nobody in the cafeteria reacted because the cafeteria is so loud. Like I only remember that because like of the potential for how awful that could have been. And how it just completely fell flat.
Yeah, and
Thank God.
you're the kind of guy who is like ashamed of sucking dick. I remember your banana story.
I was so wait, what? The banana story.
Yeah. You remember you telling me once that you would like purposefully eat bananas a certain way so it didn't look quote unquote gay.
Yeah. that was high school because you get fresh bananas at the cafeteria. And like, you know, you'd unpeel it and you'd hold it normal and you'd break off like a little 2-inch piece and you put it in your mouth by hand.
Well, you could have dipped it in
like
your yogurt.
Such an idiot. I could have dipped it in my yogurt.
Yeah.
No one
And
will
then
suspect
licked
I'm
it
gay
off
now.
slowly.
He says as he eats a banana with a fork and a knife.
Yeah.
That would have been the proper way.
I'm not gay. I'm just posh. It's just like who gives a like that sort of shit. Like who gives a fuck? Like if somebody did that to me now, I think more than anything, I'd be like, "What the fuck is your problem, pal? Like, what are you doing?"
Or I'd make
Like, why
him
would somebody yell "so and so sucks dick" in a cafeteria? That's such a weird thing to do.
make him uncomfortable.
This is
Just
true.
lock eyes with him and shove that banana as far down your throat as you can, and just take a huge bite and be like, just give him a nice little wink. It usually makes him shut up.
Mm.
I don't
Now the
like
bully's afraid that he'll
encourage
get
that.
his dick sucked
Yeah.
by you.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you imagine if he yelled out, "Smitty eats pussy"? That would have been such a
Smitty's a pussy lover.
deeper dig.
And look around. No, guys, not real.
I eat my tacos a certain way so you guys don't think I eat pussy.
Takes the ground beef chunks out of the
I was just
taco.
gonna say, I take my roast beef out of the bun.
I eat all of my ice cream sandwiches with a knife and fork.
I remember this kid that was on our soccer team, and he wasn't doing it to be a bully. He was just trying to be funny and also gross. And a couple of us were in the showers after, because I think we had like a presentation or like a dinner or some kind of award ceremony after. And he kept going up, and he would we're in the shower. He would piss on somebody's foot, which is super, super disgusting.
That's fucking gross.
Yo.
It was, but it
Yeah,
was
that's
only
gross.
he would piss on one person's
like
foot, and the guy would turn around and be like, "Matt, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you if you do this again." So of course he goes up and he fucking does it again. So then the guy that got pissed on finishes the shower kind of quickly and just leaves. So we thought he was all pissed off. Well, he grabs his towel, puts it on, takes the person, Matt, who was pissing on his feet, takes all of his clothes and throws them out into the hallway. And this is the hallway that's in between the two gyms. And that day there was a volleyball game and a basketball game going on. And then the guy that pissed on his foot had to run out into the hall and get his clothes naked. So he went out to the hall to go get him, and then the dude locked him out.
Yes.
It's fucking
well
awesome.
done.
That sounds about right.
Also, I think violence would have been a better solution there. Just fucking beat the piss out of the fucking pisser.
Yeah,
He could have thrown his
But he already-
clothes into
he
the
already pissed his
showers where
piss
it's
out.
all wet and shit.
that's true. But I thought
Ooh,
on the
yeah.
hall was funnier because then he's like
Yeah.
soaking wet. It's like also way cooler out in the hallway. So he was cold and he's just holding his little balls waiting to get back in the door.
Still, the idea of like putting on a wet shirt.
Yeah.
That's
Or at least just socks too. Socks and underwear just make them soaked.
yeah.
'Cause
And then he
also,
gets
like, people-
pneumonia and dies. Oh, this is
Because-
soccer, so it's probably warm out. Never mind.
People be like, "Why are your clothes all wet?" And then he's either have to gonna lie about it or explain like, "I pissed on this guy's foot in the shower and I got what I deserved."
Hell yeah.
Children are so fucking gross.
Mm-hmm. I'm satisfied. That's a good cap to this question.
Everybody feels a little bit disgusted now.
All right. Scott Rico Smitty. Who looks the most off? Like, I would catch you off guard if I called on you. God, you guys all look so fucking ready. Rico,
Fuck.
go second.
You look off guard, nerd.
Okay, well, we were just talking about pissing in the shower, so I'm going to ask this one, even though I probably should have let you know beforehand. But what are some little optimizations that you make in your life?
Optimization. Can you put this in a not
Yeah.
IT person term? What do you mean?
Where do you cut
optimization?
corners? Where do you
Yeah.
get lazy?
Everywhere.
Yeah, basically.
I'm satisfied.
Or like you cut time out by doing things at the same time or whatever. And my example there is I just started doing this recently, actually. And it shaves like literally, that's why I said little. This shaves like 2 seconds off of my day. But while I usually piss in the shower in the morning because, whatever. But I started washing my hair while pissing in the shower because, it saves like 5 seconds and, that's nice. And I figure, why not?
Those 5 seconds could be added onto your YouTube eat yogurt time at work.
yeah, that's
Exactly.
shit compounds.
Yeah.
So Rico, do you face like the far wall when you wash your hair, or do you look into the nozzle of the shower? You face forward.
Usually while I'm like soaping up my hair, I face towards the shower or towards the whatever it's spout.
So you're pissing
And then-
while soaping, not pissing while rinsing.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Because then it goes back into your feet,
Yeah.
and then I have to throw my own clothes out in the
Yeah, if you're rinsing
hallway.
and looking at like the far wall, then you're pissing the wrong way.
Right.
I've only ever faced the shower head if I'm taking a piss in the shower. Otherwise, I want
you
that hot
never wanna
water
piss the other way.
on my back all the time. All the time.
Yeah. For the most part, yeah. Same here. Another one is like I do my best, I feel like, to pull through parking spots so it's easier to get out
Yeah.
when I
Oh
leave.
yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't often back in. I
I'll
don't
do
know
it every
why.
now and then.
Sometimes, yeah. But like
It's a
I don't
try
know, I think
hard
it's
show offy thing.
Yeah, when I'm feeling
guess.
confident.
But like I also feel like this weird thing in the back of my brain where even if there's nobody behind me, it feels weird like I'm gonna be slowing somebody down by like doing the thing.
Yeah.
Or like they're gonna cut in on me if there is somebody behind me, but I don't want to check. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. What are some little optimizations you guys do in your life?
I stopped throwing my clothes for the most part into like a hamper. I have a hamper in my bedroom, but like now whenever I get out of the shower or something, I just throw it straight into the washing machine and then just
That's right, baby.
Yeah,
That's the way to do it.
wait for it to kind of load up. And I'm like, cool, now it's time to do laundry and everything's already fucking in there. So
Nice.
it's
It
helpful.
takes out a middleman. It's awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty dope. our washer is on this like other floor, so it's kind of impossible, unfortunately. So we just let it pile up until it hits the ceiling, and that's when we do our laundry. So it's a nice internal circadian rhythm we got going.
On the flip side of that coin, I've also been folding and putting away my laundry the second I'm done with it, because it really doesn't take that long, and I normally just fold it and set it in the fucking basket, and then have to sort through a full basket of clothes to find what I want. So cut out the middleman by doing the steps properly. Are you satisfied?
I don't know if I have
That's all I got.
anything to fucking contribute to this, Rico.
Fuck.
Dave's not
I
lazy.
am inefficient.
What are some inefficiencies in your life, Dave?
That I haven't found any efficiencies yet. I don't know if I am optimized.
Okay,
One could argue that you are the most optimized.
that's true. There's nothing to optimize.
I just don't think I've been introspective enough to know.
That's fair.
Okay.
I mean, I have like a morning routine that's pretty like streamlined. So the moment I get up, I go upstairs to my kitchen to let my dogs out. While my dogs are peeing, I fill their bowls with food and also make my coffee and then bring them in to eat while my coffee is being brewed, and then it usually finishes in the time that they're done eating. And then I could just fucking get to my day. So, I mean, that part's pretty streamlined, but I don't know if I have anything
optimized
like
to the
special.
brim, man.
Yeah, you're multitasking the hell out of that morning.
On
Yeah.
days that I have to do like a lot of chores and stuff, I'll wake up and immediately start the washing machine, start the dishwasher, and then by that point I'll usually like go out, go grab my groceries and stuff, come back, and then it's time to take the dishes out of the dishwasher, move the clothes out of the washing machine into the dryer, and like half that shit's already done and I'm gone. By the time I put away most of my like groceries and stuff, I have like all my dishes done. I've got the groceries put away, and it's like I'm just waiting for clothes to come out of the dryer at that point.
Is that optimization though, or just being responsible?
I don't know. I thought it was like, because instead of just doing one thing at a time, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess like I think of optimization as like not just like the proper way to do things, but like the secret proper way to do things. You know what I mean?
The life hack.
The life
yeah,
hack.
the secret third way. Because like I it's established on here that I brush my teeth in the shower, so I guess that's kind of an optimization. I'll like in the shower. I'll like put shampoo in my hair and beard, brush my teeth, and piss at the same time.
God
so I guess
damn.
that's kind of optimizing, but I don't know. I don't do that intentionally.
so.
It just kind of happens to shake out that way.
That's pretty optimized, dude.
Yeah.
At work, if I ever have any sort of like calls or meetings where I can literally just be a background character, camera off, microphone on mute, that's typically when I'll do like all of my other work. So any like reports that I have to do or any like note taking I have to do for client meetings, I'll do that on another call that I'm just sitting in the background on because I just have to kind of be there.
That's
So,
fair.
that's,
That's
like
just
it.
good. That's just responsible too. God damn. I feel like a piece of shit.
I don't think that's I don't think it's like anything that like anyone else hasn't already discovered, but
I feel like you could claim that you were doing double work, so then you can take however long you worked double on that call. You can just like chill for that amount of time after you get off.
well, not only that, but like if you ever do get the moment where they're just like, Dave, do you have any input? You could always be just like, hey, I'm sorry, I was looking at this report. Can you blah blah blah? Repeat yourself.
Yeah.
And it works out every time because then it sounds like you're responsible when you chime back.
They don't see you mouthing like the different words that you're trying to put into Wordle. While
They don't see
everybody
me
else is
wording
talking.
anything because I'm not on camera.
Oh yeah, you got your video off too.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I never do that shit. I always like during meetings and stuff. If it's like a virtual meeting, I am like shit posting on Reddit or not Reddit, Twitter or like Blue Sky or something. I am not paying attention whatsoever or
Yeah.
optimizing my time because like fuck that. Like I don't want to like do something boring while something else boring is happening. I want to be enthralled by garbage.
I don't know if I would say it's an optimization, but when I'm cooking, if it's something I have to like bake for like a set amount of time, I will like race against the clock to get as much shit done as I possibly can. So like if I put something in the oven and it says bake it like 425 for like 20 minutes or whatever. I'm like, okay, for the next 20 minutes, I'm going to try and be as fucking productive as possible. So then by the time that I'm finished completely cooking, I can sit down and be a piece of shit and not have any like regrets about it. So like I'll like sprint through cleaning the kitchen and like making sure the clothes are put away and like prepping stuff for the next morning for meals and stuff. So I don't know.
I feel like the food probably tastes better because it's like reward for what you just all the shit that you just got done.
Yeah.
I don't preheat the oven. That's my optimization. And what I do instead, like it's just a way to like even out the temperature for like different stoves, right? So like if it'll say like preheat the oven to 450, I'd be like, nah, I'm throwing that bitch in immediately and adding 10 minutes to the time.
Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna skip the like preheat thing and then go check it when my timer goes off and then check it again every 2 minutes until I think it's done.
Yeah, like it's fine. It's not gonna. It's there was a low stakes conspiracy I saw a while ago. Something about like preheating was invented by like energy companies to get you to waste more energy or some bullshit. I didn't read the entire thing, and that doesn't actually make any sense at all. But it's a low stakes conspiracy anyway.
I usually don't preheat just because of like trying to control the different aspects of the cook so that, you can like, you're supposed to like tweak one thing at a time to try and like nail down how, try and get the recipe right or whatever. But if it's like a frozen pizza or something, it doesn't really fucking matter at all.
Yeah. Like some like souffles or pies or whatever would be like reduce the heat to this after a certain amount of time. Like, that's way different than like throwing in a frozen lasagna.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like Stouffer's does not give a fuck.
When cooking, the best optimization I feel is like cleaning as you go. Because then it you don't have a full sink, and I don't know, just you can reuse bowls if you're like using bowls for measuring stuff out and that type of shit. But
I don't know if this is an optimization, but I wear the same clothes every day all week.
Yeah,
that's a money saver. I'll tell you that much.
A money saver. It saves money on water and saves money on laundry. And nobody notices because nobody gives a shit about me. So it's great.
Yeah. That's not true.
That's only a half joke. There are a lot of times where I'll wear like the same clothes like staggered throughout the week. And, like, because you get a pair of like khaki pants and you wear them for a day. You throw them in the hamper and then you pull them out 2 days later and they're like a little bit wrinkled, but there's nothing like grimy about them. Like fucking, they're clean. Who gives a shit?
Pants are always rewearable at least a few times.
And hoodies and sweaters for the most part.
It's just like anything that like directly touches like the worst parts of your skin, so like underwear or like shirts with with your armpits and shit and socks.
That's it.
Socks. Yeah.
That's all you got to ever wash ever. Optimize.
I don't even wear socks most of the time anymore. So
optimization.
Yeah,
I do. This is probably an optimized, stupid optimization, but even in the dead of winter, I have flip flops right by the door when I take my garbage out. It's just flip flops. I don't care if there's like 10 inches of snow on the ground. I'm out there in my fucking flip flops, trudging through the snow to take my garbage out.
Yeah, there's
a minute outside. Who gives a shit?
Everybody's got a pair of lazy shoes. In fact, I almost ate shit in front of this attractive woman walking her dog when I went to go check the mail. I slipped those things on, and they're just the kind that you slip. They're Hey Dudes, but I don't like bother to put the back part above my ankle. I just fucking mash it down, and it totally caught the corner of the sidewalk. I almost biffed it, and I was like, "Fucking sweet, dude!" And then I locked my door and turned all the lights off.
Here's an anti-rant for a moment. Can we talk about how great Hey Dudes are? Hey Dudes fucking rule.
I'm with you, man. So yeah, those are some fucking kick-ass shoes.
I will say, like, they're very comfortable. They're like moccasins or like boat shoes.
They're boat shoes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like they do kind of break down a little bit quicker because they're not like the highest quality shit, but they are comfy as hell. And like I spend most of my day on my feet just as a teacher, so like I don't have fallen arches probably just because of wearing Hey Dudes all the time.
Yeah. Not to be vain, but also like the most compliments I've ever received is when I'm wearing Hey Dudes about my Hey Dudes.
Oh yeah,
and it's usually by it's usually by other people that wear Hey Dudes.
Yeah,
they're like, dude, I fucking love the Hey Dudes, and I was like, yeah, dude.
I get kids all the time who are like, Mr. Smith, are you wearing fucking Hey Dudes? And like, yeah, and they're like, so cool.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I mean, they're comfy. Because
You're
like
a
sometimes
teacher,
you'll
you
get,
should be wearing Skechers
yeah,
or
or
New
the,
Balances.
New
the
Balance.
white New Balance, right?
Yep.
Those nurse shoes, the pure
Mhm.
black Walmart sneakers.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Are you
I'm
satisfied,
as
Rico?
fuck. Yeah.
All right, we're moving into mid show, and Rico, depending on how this goes, I might supplement it with one that I have. But can we hear your letters to the editor this week?
Yeah, it's literally just Dear Dave, fucking lick my ass, bro. Love Rico. That's my
Lick
letter.
or lift? I thought you said lift.
lick.
And do you remember the context?
No, I don't remember that.
Just lick his ass, bro.
That's right.
That music was louder than Rico will ever be on our show.
I'll balance that.
Hot
Post.
Yeah, I was like sitting, like listening intently
you.
to what Rico was saying, and then I got Dave screaming in my ear.
Rico's like, Dave, lick my ass. And Dave's like, oh!
Yeah, my rant this week is Rico wants me to eat his ass, but I don't fucking want to.
How could you not want to?
Is it
man?
because you're a pussy eater?
That's because I love pussy.
Strictly pussy, no ass.
Hey, that's right. Jake knew me better than I know me.
That sounds
At the
boring
time.
as fuck.
I mean, that's it. Eat your ass. You don't remember the episode that
No,
prompted
like-
you to? Okay.
No, I don't even think it was. No, I wasn't listening to the show. It was just,
Oh,
I was like, I thought
Just dropping
you know,
a
it's a nice little letter to send to you. I guess. I don't know.
Rico's getting hammered. He goes, "Hold on a second, guys. I got to tell Dave to lick my fucking asshole."
Yeah, I thought it'd be funny.
Everybody else is like, "Who the fuck's Dave?"
You're just like
pretty much.
sitting folding laundry and you just like look up for a moment. You're like, Dave should lick my asshole.
It was actually more like that, Smitty. I'm pretty sure I was doing something like boring, and it just popped into my head. Oh, this is a callback because I've had this on my important questions Google Doc for like, I don't know, probably a year. Finally went to Shy Shack.
And
Oh, hell
little
yeah.
Callback. So I can delete that now. It was pretty good. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
eat his
I
asshole,
would
Dave.
recommend anybody that goes to our area of the world should try it out.
So what'd you get?
I got the double bacon cheeseburger with everything on it, or whatever you told me to get, and the
Hell
garlic
yeah.
fries.
Oh fuck yeah!
Ooh, yeah.
It's pretty good.
Garlic fries
Enjoyed
is
it.
so good. I
Yes.
love garlic fries.
Yes, they
Anywhere.
are.
hmm I had a little awkward moment with the drive-through experience. He was like, so he was reading the order back when I got up to the window. He's like, so you're doing this and this, blah blah blah. You're getting the shy fries and something else, and I'm like, yeah, are the shy fries? Those are the garlic fries. And he's like, yeah, that's just what we call them. I'm like, okay, cool. Dude.
But shy sauce is
Sorry about
garlic.
I know.
Well, I mean, the shy sauce is literally just the fucking everything burger sauce.
Yeah, but if you said
Mm.
that you're ordering shy fries under that premise, I would assume that fries are going to have like ketchup, mustard, and mayo on them.
Yeah, that's true.
So I asked him.
I
He
don't
was
know.
like, yeah, that's just what we call them, bro.
Awesome. Eat his ass, Dave.
And then
Eat
here
your
you are.
ass. All right, I have a brief rant too.
You should play it
What?
really like you should speed that
Actu-
theme song up way quicker than it actually.
Actually, just take out.
is.
Just take out your scream and put Rico's in there. Just mute the rest of the music by the time he screams, because it sounded like here. Yeah. There
You
you
just
go.
do that.
I harmonized with my own all right, so I was at a Denver Nuggets game a couple of weeks ago, and they were doing the national anthem before the game, as you do. And the guy that was singing the national anthem was a very, very talented guy, excellent voice. Honestly, very, very impressed. Very talented gentleman. The guy behind me was not. But he decided to fucking sing along to the goddamn national anthem right behind me. And that's my rant.
Whoa.
What the fuck? What the fuck, man? Just let me listen to the guy with the superior voice.
Did you thank him for his service?
No. God damn it! I wanted to listen to the much more talented individual with the microphone.
Should have turned around and been like, "The fly can't hear you, bro. You can stop."
Can you shut the fuck up?
You're disrespecting the country with your rendition of this song.
Yeah, that's my rant. That pissed me off.
I should have told him to go like jam to "Proud to Be an American" in the parking lot or something.
It was like 3 octaves lower than the guy that was singing the actual national anthem. So he's just kind of like mumbling it deeply, like under his breath. But it's like he's right behind me, so it's audible enough to where it's getting in. He's not on key. He's much deeper. It's just it did not supplement the song well at all.
It screams like his internal battle between being nationalistic and not wanting to be embarrassed about his singing abilities. So he's just like kind of doing it under his breath a little bit. Like neither one of them won out.
Like he's just afterwards. He's just like looking side to side at everybody else around him. He's like, nobody fucking else sang. I sang. Nobody else loves the country like I do.
I hope nobody heard me sing though.
Ooh, I've definitely performed that better.
I had my hand on my heart.
He like turns to his wife like, "Not my best performance."
It ruins the rest of his fucking night.
Yeah, he just gets pissed off, depressed the whole game.
Somebody's like throwing ice cubes at him and booing.
He catches a T-shirt. He's like, "I don't even fucking want this, man. I don't deserve this."
Honey, do you want a beer? No. I don't
The Nuggets are going to lose because of me now.
It's either that or he's like, "Yeah, I'm actually just going to go sit at the bar."
Unrelated, but another moment that happened that I wanted to bring up on the show, and that was a good opportunity as any. But one of the players for the Nuggets had just a fantastic dunk, and it was amazing because he dunks the ball. The other team calls timeout, and because the other team called timeout, they always have like something that happens on the floor in the middle of the timeouts. Mm-hmm. So the guy dunks the ball. That song, "Y'all Gonna Make Me Lose My Mind" up in here starts playing, and a bunch of dancers just start getting on the floor and start dancing. All because he dunked a ball. And I realized I will never feel that joy ever in my life. Just like that has to feel incredible.
That's like 8-year-old celebration energy.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing more pure than being like, I put the ball through the thing and now 200,000 people are happy for me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the crowd's go nuts. A bunch of women are dancing, and just like one of the most classic hip hop songs in the fucking world is playing.
And for that dude, it's just a Tuesday.
God damn.
It's just another day at the office.
Yeah.
I just wish I could feel that joy
He's
at one point in my life.
Like door dashing something from a gas station later. He's not even thinking about the game.
Door dashing from a gas station?
Yeah. The Denver Nuggets player, yeah.
Multi-millionaires be like, "God, I want one of those little cyclone things from 7-Eleven real bad."
Some Casey's Pizza.
That'd be dope. We don't have Casey's out here, though. It's a shame.
Yeah, that is a shame. You guys have Come and Go, don't you?
Yeah, it's not as good.
We do.
I know nothing about Come and Go other than the name.
Apparently, Quick Trip has a good pizza, from what my neighbor told me, but I don't know. Haven't validated.
I have a question that can sponge off of this really easily.
Let's do it.
So this is based solely on something that happened to my wife and I yesterday. But this is my wife's question. She came up with it. What's the biggest food crime you've ever experienced in a restaurant or a gathering? Like something that like somebody did to something you were being served that was like so egregious you just like remembered it because it was so stupid. And the thing that happened yesterday is my wife and I went to Panera Bread, which pretty mid. It's fine generally. Like sandwich and soups, you can't really fuck that up too bad.
Hospital food.
What's that?
It's hospital food.
Pretty much, yeah. And like they have decent sandwiches and soup and they have bread bowls and whatnot. But she ordered turkey chili, which again, kind of hard to fuck up. They put lima beans in the turkey chili.
Did they soak them first?
Yeah, they did. I mean, they were properly cooked, but like fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the right bean.
No. They put garbanzo beans in there too, which is not as common, but like still kind of works.
Yeah, that's still kind of weird.
But the lima beans were like the red flag of like, what the fuck?
So I thought of a few examples when you sent this on the group chat. The first one, when I was a kid, probably like third or fourth grade, I went to a friend's house of mine, and his mom made lasagna. And I think we've already established on the show that I don't care what you do to food, and I really don't care what you call it. But I do remember her replacing the ricotta cheese in the lasagna with cottage cheese. And
Whoa.
I remember like telling my mom about it after, because I thought it was better because I didn't like ricotta cheese when I was a kid.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
And like my whole family being like up in arms that like that's not actually lasagna, and that's like a huge faux pas in lasagna.
I see when you were saying that, I was sitting here going, that sounds much better than ricotta. Ricotta kind of sucks. I think
That's how
I
I'm
I
not
my
just
sure
parents
I
made
have
lasagna
No.
growing up is with the cottage cheese. We
Fuck
get
yeah.
like the full fat, like
big thing of
really dense
Dean's.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this before.
Yeah. Like ricotta's got like a specific taste, and cottage cheese is a lot more neutral, I think.
Yeah.
do you guys fuck with cottage cheese these days?
I haven't bought it in a while, but I probably would.
Okay, well, Smitty Rico, because of geographic location, I highly recommend you guys going to Oberweis and picking up the 4% milk fat cottage cheese. It
Whoa.
will blow your dick off.
That sounds like a dessert.
Okay.
Their chocolate milk
incredible.
is tight. Oh my god, their chocolate
It
milk is
is.
so good.
Chocolate milk cottage cheese. Oh,
Don't know if I go that far.
put it in lasagna.
I go for some chocolate curds. That sounds fucking tits.
Speaking of sweet things that don't belong in dishes, I have another food crime. And this is like not just restaurant stuff, like specifically stuff people serve, like Dave's. My dad made like this was like a couple of years ago, like when my wife and I were living with my parents, and my dad made like beef stroganoff or something from like a box mix, like
Yeah.
just like a quick thing. And my wife had like a carton of half and half in the fridge that was like hers specifically, that she was like using for coffee, and she had put in like a different coffee creamer into that carton just to kind of like thin it out. It was like the birthday cake creamer or whatever that she put in the half and half to thin it out. Yeah, Dave probably can figure out where this is going. And like that was her creamer. Like nobody else was supposed to have that. My dad ran out of milk, and in a pinch, he used the thinned out half and half / birthday cake coffee creamer in the beef stroganoff. And my wife happened to be gone that week on like some sort of like trip or something. I don't remember where she was, but we sat around that table. We each took a bite of the food, and we were all just like universally like, Dad, no.
Oh man.
Shit.
Especially
And like my dad's a good cook too. He just didn't taste that. He just thought it was literally just half and half.
But birthday cake's like the worst flavor to put in something like that because it's so
It's
strong.
very strong.
Yeah. Ah.
It was not good. It was like inedible. It was so rough. And I felt bad too. Like I tried to be like, "Oh, Dad, it's not that bad." Cuz it's like a hot meal and he made it for us.
Yeah.
But then he's like, "You don't have to eat that. It's not good." And I'm like, "Okay."
Did you guys go get McDonald's afterwards?
I don't remember what we did. I think we ate like just like I think we had leftovers from like a previous meal in the fridge that we dug out.
Hell yeah.
So I totally misinterpreted what you typed when you sent us this question in chat because I thought you meant like you order something off a menu that looks good, and when they bring it out, you're like, "This looks like garbage." Like, why?
That counts
That
too.
works.
So
too, yeah.
I have a few examples of that. First of which, anything from Burger King ever.
I disagree. I have come around to Burger King. It's not highbrow whatsoever, but it is a hot meal that resembles a burger.
Yeah, but every now and then, like you look at their ads, like that actually kind of looks really good, and then you go to Burger King, you're like, "This, what is this dog turd you put between two buns?"
Why did somebody step on this? when they gave it to me?
Charbroiled dog turd.
Yeah, charboiled.
Yeah.
I mentioned in a previous episode when I ordered steak and eggs, and it came with a quote unquote sirloin, which was just greasy ground beef smushed into a patty shape.
Oh yeah, the hamburger steak. Yeah.
Yes. And then somewhat recently, and this goes out to Old Chicago, it's a restaurant. I don't know if it's like super prevalent everywhere, but it's pretty prevalent in Colorado. Fuck you, Old Chicago. I ordered an individual thin crust pizza, and you gave me something way smaller than what it should have been, like an individual, like a kid's pizza, like a kid's individual thing. I was too stoned to be able to argue about that, or not too stoned. I was just too embarrassed because I was stoned. I ate it anyway. It tasted like shit. It was not at all the kind of pizza that you advertise on your menu. So fuck you, old Chicago.
That sucks.
Piece of shit.
Directly tied to that, there's a place called Freddy's Steak Burgers. It's like a Steak and Shake wannabe. And they have a quote unquote Chicago dog on their menu. So my wife loves Chicago dogs, and it's hard to find them out here. So when she saw that they had that on the menu, she's all like, fuck yes, let's do it. And it came back to us, as it does. And instead of a poppy seed bun, or, just to be kind, a hot dog bun, they folded a piece of bread.
No.
Like white
It was
bread?
like a thick piece of bread. It was like a Texas toast that was like kind of toasted. So I mean, appearance wise, it at least looked a little bit nicer than just a piece of white bread.
Yeah.
But still, it was a folded piece of bread with pretty much everything you would expect. But instead of the neon relish, they had regular relish because that's also impossible to find. But
Wrong.
still, the fact that they put it on like a piece of Texas toast, I was like, this isn't it.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
My wife will do that when we don't have buns, but for them to like do that as their menu item is kind of
I
psychotic.
was gonna say, but your
Yeah,
wife isn't
yeah.
a fucking restaurant with standards,
Right,
man. Come on.
Right. I legitimately could not think of a single example to your question, Smitty, and I
Damn.
did try to think about it.
Freezer meals are another good idea. Like you walk past like Hungry Man or whatever, and you're like, "Oh, that actually looks kind of good." And you open up the package, you're like, "Dude, this is straight up plastic. I don't want
Mhm.
this."
Have you heard about like some of the shit that those product marketing people do though for their food?
Oh, to make it look appetizing in pictures and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Oh yeah, it's all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah,
Like they'll literally pour cereal in a bowl of glue
yeah.
because it makes like the white from the milk, quote unquote milk, look more white and more viscous and more appealing.
Same thing with motor oil instead of breakfast syrup.
They
That's
with
goddamn
pancakes
disgusting.
too. They'll like put little like the makeup sponges that are like a wedge shape.
Yeah,
They'll like pin those underneath the pancakes themselves in between to like make them look higher and like perkier.
Mm-hmm.
some places will soak burgers in water, so when you like cut into it, it looks super juicy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then the pizza one where when they take a slice of pizza, the rest of the pizza is like legitimately nailed down
Oh yeah,
so that the pull of the one slice looks more appealing.
yeah. That's one thing that's always kind of thrown me off about those commercials, especially like with that big piece of pizza. It's all pre-cut. You got your spatula and you're lifting it up, and it's like just the cheese just stretching. I've never been able to spatula a pizza off of whatever I'm cutting it off of without also holding that thing down with my opposite hand, because it just shifts all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
I should try nailing it to my countertop.
I would
I think
love
they,
to see
Staple gun.
I'd love to see a pizza advertisement where they go to cut the pizza slice away and then they go to do the cheese pull and all the cheese just slides off and they're just like grinning, holding a wet bread triangle.
Or worse, it slides off the spatula and it's just oops. And it fell on the floor.
Just dusting it off in front of the camera. It's all good.
5-second rule.
I have do you guys remember Baker Square?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so they I
Mhm.
think they went bankrupt a couple of years ago, but my wife and I used to go there like pre-pandemic when we were living with my parents. And I like it's it's like if for people who don't know, it's like basically like a upper like a little bit better than a diner. Like it's like a sit down place. It's like Americana food.
Denny's, but strictly for old people that don't get in fights.
I feel like it's a little bit
With pie.
higher than Denny's in quality.
Yeah.
Maybe
Eh.
I don't know. Their pie is really
Eh.
good though, or was. I don't know if they're still around somewhere else. But
They are.
are they really?
Yeah, I went to Famous Dave's with my wife a few months ago, and they had Baker Square pies for sale.
Damn, maybe they're just doing the pies now. But
Yeah.
anyhow, I went there and we'd been there enough that I was like starting to like order a little bit weirder stuff on the menu because like I was tired of getting like a patty melt or a Monte Cristo or whatever the fuck. I ordered a stir fry pita sandwich, and
Okay.
it was like pita flatbread, right? And it had like somebody had taken like stir fry vegetables and put them in between there with like the whatever Asian sauce, and then they had melted Swiss cheese in there too.
I think I remember
like-
you mentioning this before. It's awful.
Yeah, I might have, and like that still haunts me as like not only like why the fuck did I order that, but also why the fuck did I eat like 3/4 of it?
Why Swiss? That doesn't sound like it belongs
Right,
in any
like-
part of that. And
Well,
also,
like Chinese cuisine does not have Swiss cheese, let alone most cheese in it.
yeah,
Like I don't think they use cheese ever in most of their cuisine.
Yeah,
That's like what
That's
the
daring.
fuck?
That's daring fusion, and I admire it.
it doesn't sound like it belongs. But to go back to the point that Baker Square is better than Denny's. If that was a Denny's sandwich, they would have thrown that Kraft American single right on that bitch.
Mhm.
I think I would have accepted that.
That's
'cause
like Waffle
Kraft
House
is like
too.
yeah, like Kraft is like less. Kraft single is less pungent than Swiss.
Swiss isn't that pungent.
Swiss is it's pungent on its own, but it's pretty mild when it's on like a
Yeah,
sandwich.
I guess I feel like I'd notice Swiss a lot more in a stir fry pita sandwich than like
That's true.
a Kraft single though.
I don't know. I hate
Either
Kraft
way,
singles.
something about it feels racist.
I mean,
Order the racist sandwich from
the
Baker
fact that you
Square.
said like Baker Square, the sandwich had an Asian sauce, it would not surprise me at all if in the back of the Baker Square kitchen they just have a bottle labeled Asian sauce.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Quotes.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When you said Asian sandwich at Baker Square, I immediately got a little bit kind of grossed out.
Yeah.
Baker Square
mean,
sounds
unless-
like the only. It sounds like Cracker Barrel. Like the only good stuff. You're like they got fried chicken, they got chicken fried steak, and that's pretty much it. And I'd be like, okay, I can do this.
The only like good Asian sandwich I've ever had was like a banh mi, and like that's from like a
Banh mi kicks
specific
ass.
like is that Thai or Korean? I'm
Don't
not
know,
sure.
but I love it.
I think it's Vietnamese actually, but it's good. That shit is good. You don't find that stuff at Baker Square.
There was a time probably like a year or so ago where I was traveling for work and my boss and I went out after we did our thing and we went to a steakhouse and my boss ordered a medium rare steak and the steak came back and it was legit like fucking raw in the middle. Like it had not like it kissed the grill on both sides and then they sent it out.
Like a blue steak almost.
So he cut it open and the waiter came by and the waiter's just like, that's not medium rare. And he wasn't about to raise a fuss about it, but he's just like, I'm taking that back. So he gave the plate back. They brought it back. They're like, we're going to make sure you get the steak right. And it took like 15 minutes. They brought back either the same steak re-seared or a different steak. I don't know. But he cut it open and it's like it never even touched the grill again. Like they sent it back and then they sent it back again. It was the same level of raw the second time it came through. And my boss is just like, I'm not fucking saying a thing. It's just not worth it.
Well, did that one come back with like a cut on the opposite side of it?
I don't remember.
The waiter just took it for a 15-minute walk.
Yeah. That cracked me up though. I'm pretty sure they comped him like 20% of the cost of the steak, which I thought was kind of worse shit because he probably should have been comped for the whole fucking steak.
Yeah.
You said it was a steakhouse too. How do you fuck up a steak that bad at a steakhouse? No less.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn. I'm satisfied if you guys don't have any more stories.
I don't.
I got nothing.
All right.
Scott,
Yeah.
round us out.
Do you boys want a Scott was at the airport question or a really stupid hypothetical question?
Stay in your lane. No, you go ahead, Scott. Do the airport school.
Airport, baby.
Airport? Okay. So I was at the airport traveling for work, as I do. And this is not the first time I've been doing it. And every time I go home, like, I have to come up with a question. I have to come up with a question. And most of the ones that I've thought of were just absolute dog shit. This one is yet to be determined. But I was at the airport and in Phoenix. And I noticed that they had like, you go to the airports, they have like the little souvenir shops from like the state that you land in. So you could buy like coffee cups that say like, oh, Arizona or whatever. Or, you landed in Colorado, get a Colorado coffee mug. In Phoenix, they were selling cacti and they came in like a nice like glass like vase or whatever that says Phoenix on it. And I thought, how fucking inconvenient would that be to have a cactus in your lap for a 2-hour flight? So I would like to know, what are the weirdest souvenirs to buy at an airport that you have to carry on with you?
The cactus, you're just like, you have it in your lap the entire flight.
Yeah.
And somebody asks about it, you're like, this is my emotional support cactus.
Yeah, you get like a little bit of turbulence. You like move your hand awkwardly. You're like, ow, 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 ow.
You start petting it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I wouldn't want to fucking travel with that, because you know that you'd like put it up on that little like tray thing when you're finally like in flight, and it would just be sitting there, and you're gonna bump into it, or I don't know. It's just a fucking full cactus. Who wants to bring that and have to hold on to that the entire way you navigate through the rest of your flight, the other airport to pick up your baggage, and then whatever fucking car or rental car you're going to be getting in? That's a lot.
You're just
Yes,
crossing your fingers,
can I
you don't
gate
hit
check this
turbulence.
cactus, please?
They don't even give you like a thing to wrap it in. They're like, here's a thank you bag, and it's got a bunch of holes poked in the side.
Can I rent a dog carrier to send it through baggage claim?
The other
Someone tried to hide a gun in their cactus.
the other example I thought of was I saw like this really intricate fine glass like statues of something, and yeah, those I'm sure that they put in like a block of foam, but usually those are expensive. Like if you spend like $300 on a nice glass statue to bring to somebody as a present, and it's just fucking shattered because you have to carry it in your backpack.
We also bought it at the airport where everything is like 300% more expensive than it should be.
That's fair, but I couldn't get it prior to TSA, so.
I don't know, like a fucking a goldfish.
Would they? Do you think they would sell fish at an airport? That sounds so fucked up.
Yeah, it sounds
They
cruel.
probably wouldn't, but a goldfish in a bag. We've won that from a carnival before. That's equally just as cruel.
Yeah. But like, what kind of airport would you bring that in? Because they'd have to market that a certain way. Like, oh, you know what? We got an hour while we're waiting for our plane, and there's a pet shop right there at the gate. We might as well.
It's gonna be fucking belly up by the time you're like halfway through your flight.
Fucking Petco in the airport would suck so bad. This is a real home run here. We guys should have went with the other question. I should have stayed in my lane. The other thing that I could think of was like those really expensive bottles of whiskey that they'll sell. Like they'll have like a bottle that's like barrel aged for 15 or 20 years or whatever, and it's like a $3,400 bottle of whiskey. Who the fuck is buying and then traveling that with that?
That much for whiskey, I have no fucking clue, but I've been tempted before to stop in at like one of the distillery resellers that are in the airports for stuff that's local. But not for like that much.
Hmm.
But then they just give you like this glass, like nice display cask of whiskey, and then you shove it in your fucking backpack next to a pair of shorts in your laptop.
Yep, that's right.
Yep.
So like you're gonna like rip shots of it while you're on the plane.
No, I'm gonna take it home. I'm gonna rip shots of it at home.
Fuck. Are they still like major like assholes about liquids on airplanes? It's been like a hot minute since I've flown on an airplane.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say
Yes,
they're
sir.
assholes, but they're like, there's garbage cans everywhere that have like sponges in them. They're like, just pour your shit out, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys
Are
want,
you satisfied?
you guys want the other question? I could throw that other one out.
Jury's
Sure, do
out.
it.
I say
Do
yes.
it.
Okay, well,
Do it.
this sucks, man. I thought that was actually going to go over
Abort, abort.
super well. All right, this is a gun to the head. You have to give me an answer within 10 seconds, and then we can explain
Ooh,
it afterwards. Okay? So I want an answer. Gun to the head. Let me find how I phrased it. Okay. One of your family members has to be turned into a hot dog. Who you picking? 10 seconds.
Immediate or extended?
Immediate.
God damn it.
Immediate family members has to be turned into a hot dog. 10 seconds. 9.
Do I
All
have to
right.
eat them?
8. No. 7.
I have my answer.
Okay. 6. 5. 4.
I have my answer.
3. 2.
I have my answer.
Okay. Who you turning into a hot dog?
one of my three brothers, the one that specifically likes food.
Okay. Rico, who you turning into a hot dog?
My uncle, because I don't
That's
know.
not immediate
Why
family.
not? My uncle? Oh, he's like super close, but I guess.
I mean, I don't know. How
Fuck.
do you define that? Is that immediate or extended?
We'll say immediate. That's close enough, especially if you guys are
My
quote
uncle.
unquote close. Smitty, who you turn into a hot dog?
One of my grandparents, one of my grandmas.
A question: are they both living still?
Oh yeah, they're both living.
Okay, awesome. I would probably pick my older brother because he is a hot dog.
He's such a wiener.
Now the question is, would you bathe with them first and then drink the water, or
No, like okay. So now we're coming up on holiday time. How are you going to explain to the rest of your family that your family member's a hot dog?
Did I turn them into a hot dog?
Well, I mean, no, I didn't think of the intricacies. I just want to know what your explanation is of that person.
are they like a
becomes
giant human-sized sentient hot dog, or just like a hot dog on a plate?
They're a hot dog on a plate that is sentient,
Do they talk?
Nope. but they can feel pain and hear,
Oh,
hear
no.
everybody's insults and stuff.
Uh-oh.
Now you got to take care of them.
I would just tell them they were sick and be like, "Don't come to Thanksgiving."
If they could feel
You're cool.
Is that a
Don't come
hot
to
dog in your
Thanksgiving.
pocket, or is that your brother? Are you just happy to see me?
Legit, there's no way I'm going to be able to explain that without sounding like a complete crazy person that needs to be admitted.
Yeah. I would buy shirts with pockets in them and carry them around in that pocket.
Like a pen? Would you get a pocket
Yeah.
protector so it doesn't get your pocket all greasy and
a hot
shit?
dog protector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you take a phone call and you start chewing on the end of the hot dog, just nervously while you're listening to the other person talk.
You're halfway through and you're just like, fuck, 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 fuck.
No, grandma, no.
It's grandma's foot.
It's grandma. Oh God. Or like,
Explaining that at Thanksgiving would be difficult because it's like, because like you didn't do it, but you made the choice.
yeah.
Also,
Thanks.
it'd be like, Mom and Dad, I was traveling through the Alps and a European elf found me while I was vulnerable and asked me a question.
That's some shit where if I'm the only person that knows, I'm taking that to the grave, man. Like, we're just going to say my brother went missing and no one knows where he turned up.
Yeah, but then
There's no way you're explaining to anyone that this hot dog I'm just thinking of a bare hot dog,
Yep.
no condiments,
Yep.
just on a white bun. It's like,
Not even a bun, it's a
I'm
paper
convincing no one.
yeah.
I'm convincing no one, even if everyone is like grieving and they're like, no, trust me, he's here with us. He is this hot dog. Like, everyone's going to be like, you're full of shit. Go fuck yourself.
So when the hot dog starts to dry out and get kind of moldy, everybody's wondering why you're crying about it so much. You got a plot in the backyard to toss a hot dog in
Honestly, you may as well put it down.
down your throat.
Like, yeah, how do you de-hot dog somebody?
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's
I'd put it down, man. I'd roast that shit till it's burnt to a crisp.
No, wow, that sounds like the most
Cryogenically freeze the
painful.
hot dog.
Yeah, cremate it.
That sounds so fucking painful because
Right
you're
in the
still
blender.
alive.
Well, then maybe I'd take a sledgehammer to it then.
That's fair, but they're just going to watch
I'd
you the
explode
entire
it.
time struggle to hit a hot dog with a sledgehammer. And that, honest to God, that hot dog's probably going to roll off of whatever surface you got it on when you go to take a hit. And it's going to notice when you miss it the first 3 times.
is this a situation where I'm like sitting next to the person who gets turned into the hot dog, or is it like I answer the question to the genie, and then when I go visit the person that I chose, in their lazy boy is just a hot dog on a plate?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the important question is, were they sitting on a plate before they turned into a hot dog?
Oh, you'd put them on a plate. It's disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's like their
Would you
clothes.
would you put them on a bun or would you put them on a piece of Texas toast?
White Wonder Bread.
I put them on a bun. It seems comfy.
Yeah. A little
You-
secure.
This is a little
Yeah.
bit more firm than I like my buns to be. I like one that's a little bit more soft, has a little bit more back and lumbar support.
I'd microwave the
feed it
bun
to
a
a
little
dog.
just so it's like not hot, but like nice and steamy and toasty.
There you go. You can melt some Swiss cheese and put some Asian sauce on there too.
That's fusion, baby.
Yeah.
Push
It
some boundaries.
also would be like super weird for both Dave and Smitty because you'd have to keep constantly batting your dogs away from your hot dog family member.
Just put it up where they can't find it.
So you leave your brother sitting up on top of the fridge for like 1 to 2 weeks. You're like, oh fuck, I forgot. That's my brother.
Ah, shit, he's moldy.
Better hit him with a sledgehammer.
Yep.
I'm on Dave's side here. I would take this to the grave and pretend they just disappeared, and then like do something to the hot dog to, pulverize it to make sure they're dead.
Oh man,
That's like dying breath shit. Like, just so you know, your uncle was the hot dog.
And
Just like
your children are like, what does he mean by this?
Yeah.
It's like, oh wait, Dad had that picture framed of a hot dog like in his room. We always wondered why he had a framed picture of a hot dog.
Dad always kept a hot dog in a box. He carried it around with him.
You have a picture of a hot dog in a locket around your neck.
Yeah. You case it in acrylic and then just let it sit up on your shelf. Oh,
Would that ruin hot dogs for you guys? Like, could you go out and buy a pack of hot dogs and just eat it up after that?
Like you never know.
Yeah.
Somebody else's
Probably
family
hot dogs.
members in there.
You can make it somebody else's family members. Oh, that's awesome. That's so fucking funny. This is this is I guess slightly better than the airport question.
I mean, what would you want as a hot dog? I would want to be put down.
Probably
Almost immediately, yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, there's no coming back from this.
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm still a sledgehammer is interesting. Like you wouldn't even put it behind like the tire of your car.
Ooh, that's actually probably a safer bet. Yeah.
As your neighbors just walk out, you gingerly set this hot dog with nothing else on it just behind your tire. You got tears in your eyes and everything. You're just, I'm sorry. As you shift it into reverse, back into drive, back into reverse.
That still makes me one of the more normal people in my neighborhood.
That's true. At least you're not racist.
That's true.
I might leave the hot dog on a plate within reach of my dogs and then leave the room for a convenient amount of time.
Let what happens happen.
Yeah, I feel like I'm washing my hands of this.
Yeah, but
Sorry,
then
question.
But then you're gonna be like,
if
sorry.
I was gonna say if Smitty's grandma's a hot dog, is the hot dog going to be like one of those wrinkly old hot dogs, like by default?
I don't know.
It's just a regular hot dog.
Smitty, you're gonna be picking up your dog shit, and like the next day, you're like, oh, this one probably has grandma in it.
Be a little bit more respectful to one of the piles of turds.
Rico,
Like
how about your
taps
uncle?
while I'm-
Before you have to fucking bail.
What's up?
Yeah, what would
What
you
about
do,
me?
Rico?
Yeah,
I'd feed him to a dog for sure.
a dog,
A dog,
like a
yeah.
stray. You're like, here's my uncle.
Yeah, probably a stray. I don't want to, give it to like my brother's dog or something.
Doesn't sound like
That just feels weird.
It doesn't sound like you and your uncle are close enough to me. I think you need to pick a new family member.
That's
We're
true.
pretty close. Yeah. But that's how I'd get rid of the evidence for sure. But also definitely team never tell anybody about this.
Get rid of
The
the
evidence.
evidence. I think
Yeah.
Rico turned his uncle into a hot dog, guys. What do you think?
You're gonna knock on the door and it's the fucking cops. They show a
Mhm.
picture. It's just like, we're looking for this hot dog. Have you seen it?
Rico starts getting really sweaty.
Mhm.
This is a picture of a Chicago dog, and your wife is like, "Ooh, sounds good to me. I'm looking for that too."
I swear, honey, I don't know what he's talking about.
The cop's not even looking for that hot dog because they think it's his uncle. They just want to fucking find a hot dog. I'm really hungry. Do you know where I can find this?
I swear I didn't turn my uncle into him.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
The guy's like, you're gonna have to come with us because you got something going on. You've been doing some kind of drugs, you weirdo.
Mm.
All right, I guess between both questions, I'm some semblance of satisfied.
I thought the hot dog question was fantastic.
I like the airport one better.
Yeah, what answers did you provide? I'd probably bring a hot dog with me.
Hey, stick around post theme. We got some extra content for you after that theme song hits. And also, just so you boys are aware, next week is a bonus episode week. Then we're jumping into the month of December, and we're going to take some time off. We're here at 30 episodes. We've been doing a show weekly, minus holidays and minus the week that Smitty was sick and Rico's wife was sick or whatever the fuck it was.
That was just an excuse.
We're taking a quick little break for you gentlemen. Just I'm assuming gentlemen, few ladies that listen, just to recoup ourselves, and enjoy some time off and away from the stress. So from the beginning of December to January 9th, we will be out of commission. We love you all greatly, so I just wanted to put that out there now. Continue to write in your questions and all that other bullshit because we will be back after the month break. In the meantime, leave us a rating on your podcast directory of choice. Also a review if you could do so. Voicemail or text your questions, 708-433-9153. Also comments on the show, you could send that to the voicemail line as well. Find us on our socials at ImpQuestionsPDC on Twitter and Blue Sky, r/Important Questions Pod on Reddit, and the Important Questions Podcast on Instagram. We're on YouTube now. Subscribe to us there. And donate $1 to us, patreon.com/The Important Questions. And you will get a bonus episode on the last Tuesday of every month, except for next month because we're off. Any final thoughts, boys?
Nope.
Mm,
I'm a hot dog.
no.
Okay. Well, for those of you who are not subscribers to bonus content, we will see you in like a month and a half. For the rest of you, we will see you next week. See ya. So, long story short, I took screenshots of their service page telling me where to go and what to look for, and then screenshots of the page itself. And I sent that to them in a ticket. I said, cancel my subscription, refund me. And this shit is like class action worthy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's
Well-
fucked up. I'd never
Yeah.
I'd heard rumors of that shit happening just because like cynically it's like, okay, you know, they just mined data on me and now they have all of my plastic cards for like bank shit.
yep.
And bro, what the fuck?
Yep.
I'm like incredulous right now.
I want to
That's
go
good.
back
Let's
to
use that rage, boys.
when Rico said it's like a
Fucking
gym
Christ.
membership. It's like going into fucking Planet Fitness to cancel in person.
Bro, fuck Planet Fit.
Um,
Okay, I have a Planet Fitness story actually.
I agree. Fuck Planet Fitness.
Wait,
Okay,
my question
Fitness.
today is what's your gym membership cancellation story? Oddly enough,
Is it
I don't
really?
have one.
That's
I have one. I've got a couple actually.
Mine's
have
not
one.
good, but anyway.
Am I
So
expected
are
to
we,
tell
are we,
right
are we
now
waiting
or
on
what?
that? Are we waiting on that, Rico?
Yeah, you're
We'll
so
wait on that.
excited, Smitty.
important questions. Go, Smitty.
Okay, so my
No,
when-
shit. No, that's not how this works.
This is just to be posted. It'll be posted. It'll be posted.
I'm the host now.
Rico, is that your actual question?
No,
I didn't think
but it
so.
can be. Sounds like we have material for it, so it is now.
We got a hot 5 minutes of stories, and then after that,
so,
yeah.
so Dave, when you're editing this, remember to post a couple of tags on this one. Number one, SoundCloud is Nazis. And number two, Planet Fitness
Confirmed.
is Nazis.
Also
Yes.
confirmed.
yes.
Also confirmed. And also
Also-
post this stuff all after theme. That way the listeners also know that SoundCloud and Planet Fitness are Nazis.
And or dildos.
Mostly Nazis. They're white supremacist Nazi KKK members. Everyone that works for SoundCloud.
They haven't denounced Hamas either.
Ooh, God. That
I don't
hurts.
I don't want to get into any of that.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
wanted to
anyway.
make that one joke. No, the fucking so my wife and I when we were living up in the suburbs, Planet Fitness was like the only gym that was like in the area because it's a fucking franchise, and like I don't generally have a problem with anything within Planet Fitness as far as like the machines and stuff. Like the times I went, it was fine. Like that's all fine, and like sometimes they like have out like free food and like free water and whatnot, and like that's fine, whatever. My issue is like what you guys are talking about, like having to cancel, not like mobilely
Yeah.
or like virtually. You have to like go in person. You can't even like call. You have to be in person. And like absolutely fuck that. That's dumb bullshit. So instead of doing that, when my wife and I moved, when we moved out of the suburbs, we didn't cancel that subscription. We just shut that bank account down. And the thing is, it took like multiple months to shut the bank account down because Planet Fitness kept trying to charge the account, and so then the account would be flagged as like still active, and so we'd have to go through the process over again of like no, this account needs to be shut down. And eventually, we just got the better of them, or they stopped trying, and we shut the account down, and haven't paid a cent to them in like 6 years.
How much would it suck if it kept the account listed as active and then it kept saying that you were overdrafting and that you were delinquent?
Yeah, eventually
at the
they're taking
bank?
you to court.
Yeah.
I mean, they can try, but it'd be like, I don't have anything to give you, pal. I'm sorry.
I
Garnish my wages or suck my dick. I don't give a fuck.
I think at least you can go into any store. I don't think you have to go into like the one that you had your subscription at to
Mhm.
cancel. I would hope. I don't know if that's verified or not, but I
That's
went
still
in
too much work. You should be able to cancel
Mhm.
everything online or
I
over the
agree.
phone at least.
and there
Over
was
the
like,
phone at the very
agreed.
minimum.
there's no there's
Mhm.
no give either. I was like, hey, I'm traveling out of town for work. I was like, and my thing's supposed to renew while I'm gone. I was like, I don't want to fucking do that, and I don't have time to travel to the gym before I do that. So could we just cancel over the phone? They're like, nope, you're gonna get charged for the month. You can cancel anytime after. I'm like, fuck you, man.
Yeah. That's
And the
so
guy
shitty.
the guy at the gym, like when I finally went in, I was like, listen, like I'm here to cancel. I was like, it's kind of bullshit. You can't do it over the phone. And I was like, I know this is not your fault, man. I was like, I'm sorry for even just airing my grievances anywhere near you. I was like, but it's stupid. And the guy's like, yeah. He goes, first of all, I appreciate you not taking it out on me. He goes, and I work for this company, but it's bullshit.
That'd be funny if he was like, thank you for not taking it out of me, but it is my decision.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing up.
He asked me.
I'm the one who wrote this policy.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
wearing like a Chicago Cubs like hat or shirt or something. And when he went to go cancel, he saw that I was previously from Illinois. He's like, "Oh, from Illinois, right?" I was like, "Can we just cancel the membership, man? I'm not here to do
I don't want to discuss my past.
I don't want to talk
At
about
all.
Chicago sports
Fucking
that I never
stop.
gave a fuck about before, buddy."
Well, talking about the
Yeah.
Cubs speed this process along, then I'm
Right.
definitely a Cubs fan, and
Yeah.
it's definitely so-and-so's fault that they suck this year. It's a rebuilding year, like every year.
Rebuilding here.
Mine is Lifetime Fitness, and
Well, there you go. You're trapped for
not
life.
like a
in the
crazy
name,
story or
yeah.
anything like that. What's up?
Nothing. Keep going.
It's a proper name for
Yeah.
shackling you with those bills.
That is true. Yeah. It's been so long. I don't remember like all of the specifics, but
Has it been a
similar
lifetime?
story where you had to like drive in and I think I had moved like out of town or something like that. And I told them that, not like far out of town, but I think I told them that and they were just like, yeah, well, I don't know. You have to come in still. And I had to sit down like in the dude's office and like sign more shit to cancel. And I remember it being like a couple months of like trying to contact corporate afterwards because they were still like harassing me after the fact, like trying to get me to come in and stuff, like calling me directly.
Ugh.
So that was
That's
fun.
so shitty.
I've heard like some of the companies have policies where like you have to prove that you don't live near there anymore or something.
What?
And people
Why?
just like people just like fake or they're like require you to bring in like a bill from your new address or something that you moved out of the town.
It's a
So
fucking
people just-
gym. You're not setting
I
up some
know,
sort of
it's
government
fucking
account.
insane.
Lifetime Fitness,
And
buddy.
people just like Photoshop utility bills with a new address on it. And
Yeah, like that's all that's going to do. It's just going to
Yeah.
encourage people to just like try to get out of the thing more creatively. It's so like even the gym that was in our hometown, like tiny gym, kind of shitty, and like the management was kind of shitty. You could still call and cancel, not a problem at all. It was like a 5-minute phone call.
Yeah.
I assume most of this is in like their terms of service when you sign up for them, but I still don't even so, I still don't understand how any of that shit's legal.
So what if you didn't tell them that you were moving? What if you just walked up, you're like, yo, I fucking hate your gym and I'd rather be fat, so I'm gonna cancel.
Probably just keep charging you, I guess. I don't know.
Someone should bring in a gun and try to cancel that way.
Bring in like an AK-47. Cancel my gym membership, please.
Operator.
Oh, you
Operator.
Representative.
you want to be upgraded to the premium extensive plus program? I see.
No,
You could instantly charge.
Can we transfer you to our client retention department? Motherfucker.
I'm gonna start blasting.
That's what you get for signing up with Till Death Do Us Part Fitness, bud.
Forever gym.
Yeah, eternally tortured gym.
This is a Hotel California gym. You can check out, but you can never leave. There's a reference for all you Gen Xers listening to this podcast. All
Hey.
0 of you.
Yeah, we don't know that. All right. You boys ready?